you ever hit me again!
Chief, I think we got a hit on our hands.
MeTV Fresno, now on Comcast Channel 187.
Hi, I'm John Malos, and welcome to this edition of Connect with Me, live on the showroom floor, Comcast Channel 187 and 43.6 this Tuesday morning. It's the focus on business. And what are we talking about? I'll make you wait and see. A very interesting topic and program today. Here, the telephone number, if you want to call in and join the program, is 436-ME-TV. Hit option 11. Don't wade through the message. And turn down the sound on your television. We're back with our guest in just a moment.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
Welcome back to the program. Hey, we're not talking trash on this day. We're not trash talking. Well, we might be, but anyway, can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. There's supposed to be an announcement tomorrow from Brandy Orth to see what happens on Measure G as far as the vote count is concerned. The mayor of Fresno is supposed to address the city council, so a lot going on tomorrow. I can't wait for that. And you know, I may have a sleepless night tonight thinking about Measure G. We don't know that. Anyway, today the focus is, of course, on business. We're talking about the business side of things here in the city of Fresno. And what business might that be? It is the San Joaquin College of Law. This thing was formed way back in 1969. Let's go to the videotape and I'll show you exactly what I am talking about. It's a nonprofit. They're the students. It was founded by 3 local attorneys. Why, you may ask? Well, because there was no accredited law school here in the area at the time. Since its inception, back in the beginning, 85%, roughly speaking, of the graduates have actually passed the California bar. About a quarter of those are practicing attorneys right here in the Fresno area, the Central Valley, let's say. About a third are minority attorneys, and about half of those are women lawyers practicing whatever form of lawyering they want to do. Anyway, the 3 founders are the retired judge, federal judge, by the way, Oliver Wanger, Judge Dan Iman, he is deceased, sadly to say, and attorney John Loomis. Right now, live in our studio is Jan Pearson. She's the dean and the CEO of San Joaquin College of Law. And so, if you're thinking about going to law school, you know what? It may never be too late. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of reading. You know, I know one person right here in Fresno, it took him 9 tries to pass the bar. It's not as easy as it sounds, like I'm going to go to law school and pass the bar and I'll become a practicing attorney. Well, it sounds easy, but it's not as easy as it sounds. If you want to join the program today, 436-ME-TV, hit option 11, turn down the sound on your television set, and remember, there's no need for you to wade through that long message. Just hit option 11. Immediately, we'll put you through to our guest. Our guest is Jan Pearson from the San Joaquin College of Law. We're back in just a moment.
I'm Chip Douglas.
Welcome home and stuff.
And I'm Ernie Douglas.
James Bond, Secret Agent 007.
And we're here to tell you.
Ernie!
Just a minute, Uncle Charlie.
Come on, Ernie, you're gonna be late for school.
We're doing a promo for MeTV and junk.
Ernie, Chip,
Yes, Dad.
come here a minute, will you?
We'll be down in a minute. As I was saying. Tramp, be quiet. Tramp?
Hey, have you guys seen Robbie? Oh, hi, I'm Katie Douglas.
We're my 3 sons.
Ernie, I had to learn about women like Melissa through long, tough experience.
Let me make my own mistakes. They're half the fun.
And 1 daughter-in-law.
Thanks. Now I really feel like one of the family.
Watch me on Me. MeTV.
You think girls are just boys' gift wrap.
Weekday mornings at 7, 6 Central on MeTV.
It's real neat.
And we're back here live on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. Today we're talking about the San Joaquin College of Law, and I misspoke just a moment ago. About a quarter of the attorneys that are practicing law here in the Central Valley are actually graduates from that law school. I was just corrected by my guest here, Jan Pearson. She's the dean and the CEO. It's all confusing to me. It's all spaghetti to me. Anyway, so how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah,
how are you?
It's good to see you this morning.
We're very busy, and you're busy too.
Yeah, so how are you?
Okay.
Oh, good, good. So this thing was formed way back in 1969 by 3 attorneys, and I know Judge Oliver Wanger. He's retired, as a judge, that is, but he's still a practicing attorney. Now, he didn't graduate from San Joaquin because the school wasn't there, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
He's one of the founders, so how could he have graduated?
That's
Hello,
true.
John.
Right. Along with John Loomis, who is totally retired.
Right.
And has served on the board continuously since the school was founded.
No question about it. So let me ask you something. If I have a son, all right, he's smart enough. If he wants to be an attorney, I'm sure he will be. So why should I send him, or why should he decide on his own to go to San Joaquin College of Law instead of, say, Harvard?
Well, if he could get into Harvard, he would probably go to Harvard just because of the prestige of the name. But if he wanted to practice in the San Joaquin Valley, going to San Joaquin gives you a built-in connection of people that you may practice with once you graduate. It gives you a network that's built in. Amongst other things, when people go to San Joaquin, usually while they're in school, they do clerkships, and that naturally transitions into jobs when they graduate. That's why we really don't have the problem with unemployed graduates that occur in other cities around the United States.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that, because a lot of kids or a lot of people pass the bar, but then they come out and they're unemployed because they can't get jobs. It's hard to form their own company and build their own company from scratch. Usually that takes a lot of time to build clients, and you build name and reputation. So you're saying that the majority or all of the graduates are actually working at somewhere?
Most of, say, the graduating class of 2010 and 2011, those who have passed the bar, and that's over 80%, over 90% of them are working as attorneys. Because they can transition and work while they're in law school, they become a known commodity in a firm.
I see.
And why should they hire an unknown commodity when they already have someone working there that they know can do the job?
So while they're going to school at San Joaquin College of Law, they can be working as
a clerk, as a law clerk.
At the courthouse.
At the courthouse, in a law firm. They can be working as a law clerk in a law firm, getting experience and demonstrating their capabilities.
Wow, so that's how they gain their reputation.
Well, they
within
establish,
the industry.
well, especially within the firm where they're working, they establish that they have the ability to do the work. Plus, we've had great success with graduates opening their own practice and being very successful. I cannot name very many of the graduates who've opened their own practice who have not been successful. I know you know some of them.
Right.
So.
Well, I know some attorneys here in town. Some attorneys that actually graduated from San Joaquin College of Law. What makes this college, in your opinion, special?
The size. You know all of the students know all of the faculty. You can walk into any faculty member's office at any time and ask for help, and you will get it. So it's a mutually supportive environment.
Okay, let's take a call here, Jan. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you, sir? Or ma'am?
Good morning. Good morning.
Sir.
San Joaquin College of Law has graduated a lot of attorneys in this town, I know, and I think Ed Hunt, former district attorney, I believe he was one of them, and I think that those Capitan boys, I think they're graduates. Any comment from your guest?
Well, Ed Hunt,
Capitans did
the
not
Capitans
graduate.
did not graduate from San Joaquin College of Law. Ed Hunt did, and in fact, there was one point in the recent past where the district attorney of the 4 surrounding counties were all San Joaquin graduates. Elizabeth Egan, who's currently the district attorney, is a San Joaquin graduate.
Right, right.
That's pretty impressive that an attorney can ascend the ranks to reach district attorney, and there's a few judges too. I think John talking about Wenger as one of them, and then what about that Hamlin? Is Hamlin also a local graduate?
No, he's not. You do have several other judges on the Superior Court, as well as a United States bankruptcy judge and a United States magistrate judge, Gary Austin, who are San Joaquin graduates.
Yeah, and I think later in the show here, we're going to put up some pictures on the screen of the graduates, a very infamous group here, I'd say, in the Central Valley, who are either practicing attorneys or judges that actually did graduate from the San Joaquin College of Law. So that's a good point and a good question. But you were talking about the fact that it is a special college of law because it's not too big. Everybody knows everybody, and if you need help, help is there for you. Is that correct?
Correct. And so any kind of help that you may need, oftentimes people are having personal problems simply, and they need to talk to somebody about that. So many of the faculty make themselves available for those kinds of issues, as well as for issues they're having with their legal education.
I said in the beginning, of course, in my monologue, that I know somebody here in Fresno, it took them 9 times to pass the California bar.
That's pretty unusual.
Okay, that might be unusual, but how difficult is it, okay, for a person like me to go to San Joaquin College of Law and actually graduate and then pass the bar? How difficult would it be?
Well, I don't know how you quantify that. All I can tell you is that
it's not easy, though.
It's not easy, but it's principally a matter of doing the work and the motivation. People have to have basic fundamental skills, but the difference...
Fundamental skills in doing what?
Basically, language facility, logical reasoning facility, but what really distinguishes the people who succeed and the ones who don't succeed is the willingness to do the work. The commitment to what is effectively a 40-hour-a-week job. Many people do it working a regular 40-hour-a-week job, and then they take on going to law school at the same time. So they have to be extremely disciplined, and they have to have the support of their family. It's really a family endeavor.
Yeah, now you said they've got to do the work. I want to delve into that question and that answer just a little bit more in detail after this break. We're going to continue with more on Connect with Me right here on Me TV Fresno. Remember, the telephone number is 436-ME-TV. Hit option 11. Turn down the sound on your television. We're back in just a moment.
Weeknights on Me TV.
Ta-da.
Who loves you, baby?
You shouldn't ask.
It's Kojak.
Well, it sounds like music to my ear.
On Me TV.
Look at me.
Why do we love him?
Maybe it's the way I comb my hair.
Or maybe it's his trusty right-hand man.
More bite? Cracker! Cracker! Cracker!
Kojak!
Well, I just wanted to hear how it sounded.
Telly Savalas is Kojak.
Story of my life, baby.
Weeknights at 12:30, 11:30 Central on Me TV.
Who loves you?
And we're back here on Connect with Me, talking about the San Joaquin College of Law. It's been around since 1969, and yes, my friends, it is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3, and so we're talking to Jan Pearson. She is the dean. She is the CEO. She's been there for the better part of 30 years, and I want to delve more into this question and answer about you've got to do the work. When you say that, what work are you talking about specifically?
There's a great deal of reading. You learn the logical method of thought by reading cases. Every law case that is published follows a certain pattern, and by reading those cases, you internalize the pattern of that thought. You really can't successfully internalize that pattern if you don't read a lot of those cases. Then,
but not every case follows logic. Is that correct?
Well, I'm sure the person who wrote the case thinks it follows logic.
Okay.
So,
now, what cases are you talking about? Are you talking about Supreme Court cases?
yes,
or
it's
what?
typically Supreme Court and intermediate appellate court decisions from courts all over the United States and the federal courts.
Dating back to when?
That we have a book.
Beginning of time.
We have a book in the library from before the Revolution. Now, that's probably not very useful current law, but it's fun to go and look at that book because it's been there for so many years. But people have to learn that method of thought so they can take the outcomes of those cases and apply them to the new situations that they face as an attorney.
If I've been told that I would be a good attorney only because I argue very well. I argue my case well. Does that make for a good attorney?
Sure. You have to be prepared to argue for your client's position. So yes, that's a very valuable skill.
It is. Really?
I can put you in touch with the director of admissions if you
No.
like.
No. I'm just asking a question. You know, would it be beneficial to argue your point and not give in, and because you believe and you stand up for your core values?
You certainly have an obligation to do that as a lawyer. You also have an obligation to advise your client about the strength of their case and give them your best impression of what will happen with the case and what they should do. And then it's up to the client to make the decision.
Isn't that part of it how much you're able to convince a jury?
Well, most cases don't go before juries. In
But
fact,
a lot do.
It's more criminal cases and very significant civil cases that go before juries. Most civil cases are settled without even going to trial. And then a significant number of them, you're simply convincing the judge, not a jury. The courts are so crowded and under-supported at this point that it's very hard for all those cases to go.
I know very little about it, but I do know a little bit about, what a lawyer does and how they do it. Is it a little bit like let's say you're in a civil case and you're trying to settle out of court. Is it a little bit like a poker game?
To some extent. There are very specialized skills in negotiation. And actually, there's also a trend for collaborative, for example, collaborative divorces, where you try not to view the divorce as an adversarial situation and come up with a win-win situation.
Right, but when you're trying to convince a jury or a judge in, say, a settlement case, a lot of it could be facial expressions. You don't want to tip your hand.
You are effectively an actor.
You're an actor, yeah. You may not have all the goods, but if you're acting and they believe it.
You're putting on, when you present the witnesses, you're having them tell a story. And so you're basically putting on a play when you prepare to produce a trial.
How long does it take to graduate from San Joaquin College?
You can do it in 3, 4, or 5 years, depending on how much time you have to devote to it.
Can you divulge the cost to us? What would it cost? Say a person like me, if I wanted to go through.
It's $875 a unit. So that's about $18,000 a year, which is significantly lower than most of the schools out of the area. I know the school that I went to, it's now $50,000 a year to go to
Where
that
did you go to school, by the way? What's your background?
I went to UC Berkeley, Boat Hall. But I went to UC as an undergraduate, majored in economics, and then went to the law school there.
Did you ever practice law? Did you ever have your own law firm?
Not my own law firm, but I practiced consumer law for a while.
You did? For how many years?
7.
7 years. And how is it that you ended up at San Joaquin College of Law?
In every context I've ever been, I've always been a teacher. And so I began teaching at the law school and then was asked to sort of take over on a part-time basis, and ultimately the board appointed me the dean.
In your opinion, Jan, what makes a good attorney? What makes a good lawyer? No matter what area of law you go into, what makes a good attorney in your judgment?
Well, obviously good logical reasoning skills, good writing skills, the ability to see a problem from multiple different angles and try to create a solution. The best work for attorneys is preventative work. Attorneys would much prefer to have people come to them in advance and help them to prevent a problem rather than correct a problem after the fact.
Right. And you're as successful as you judge your success by the people that you surround yourself with in your office? Is that true or false?
Well, the people you surround yourself in your office are the ones that are going to help you to be successful. You judge your success, I think, by feeling that you've done the best job you could under the circumstances. You have a good team, and you've done, as a team, the best job under the circumstances.
Right. You can't do everything alone.
And you won't always win.
Yeah.
But you have to feel that you did the best under the circumstances.
Right. Even the best attorneys lose on occasion.
That's true.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's like playing baseball or football. You're going to lose sometime.
It's 2 teams and somebody has to lose.
That's right. We're talking with Jan Pearson. Good of her to come in, take the time, from San Joaquin College of Law. It's been around since 1969. 436-ME-TV, option 11 if you want to call in. Back in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the low-price leading brands reliable advice place. The Whirlpool Dream Kitchen Get Yours Today place. Check this out. Right now, get huge savings on select Whirlpool appliances and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
And we're back. We're talking with Jan Pearson. She is the dean and the CEO of the college, the San Joaquin College of Law, a good one, been around since 1969. So why is this a nonprofit 501c3? How did that happen? A lot of people don't even know that. They think it's a private.
It was the decision of the 3 founders.
Okay.
Moreover, at that time, most law schools had to be nonprofit to achieve accreditation.
Mm-hmm.
So
it remains that way today.
It does indeed.
Okay, and you think that's a good thing?
Yes. All the
what's the advantage, do you think?
All the resources get directed back to the students and to supporting the academic program.
All right. Now, some famous or infamous students who graduated from there and went on to become infamous attorneys right here in the Central Valley. Let's just, I don't know what order these are going to come up in. Let's just start with number 1 up on the screen, and Jan can talk about all of these various people. You may know some of them at home. I know some. I know him, Ernest Kinney. Sadly, he is deceased. One of the best defense attorneys in California, basically.
Correct. He did a great job. He was very aggressive. He also was a great supporter of the law school. There is a office in the law school that he donated the funds to have it renovated. So he's always been a very good friend of the law school.
Great guy. He was a great guy. There is RENE Turner Sample. Tell us a little bit about her.
RENE Turner Sample is a very successful personal injury lawyer. She too is a great supporter of the law school. She's also taught trial practice at the law school, which was tremendous benefit for the students.
All right. And Warren Pabujan. He represented, of course, my daughter, Angela, in her civil case against the petting zoo out at the Fresno County Fair, and several others. We do have a phone call here. I will take it in just a moment. But Warren, not only a graduate, but a supporter of your school. He also does commercials for San Joaquin.
He does, and he's been a very generous supporter. He's been a supporter of the New American Legal Clinic as well as other things.
Yeah, he's a pit bull. There's no question about it. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you? Okay. Well, you were on Connect with Me. Let's go back to Warren's picture for just a moment, because I want to talk just a little bit about him. Why is he such a great attorney? He's one of the best in the country.
He is very thorough in his preparation. That makes all the difference in the world. He brings in experts until he understands a problem inside out and backwards. And just what you just said, he's a pit bull.
Yeah, he really is. But his incredible attention to detail and research and preparation is mind-boggling. He's such a smart guy, but he also has street common sense.
But that's what you have to do to be that successful, is be that committed to your preparation.
Right, and he's working on some very big cases right now. Let's go to the next picture. Melissa White, tell us something about her.
Melissa White was a deputy DA, a deputy city attorney. She was the advisor to the police department. Mm-hmm. She's now the in-house counsel for Trinity Fruit. She sits on the board of trustees of the law school, is also a major supporter of the law school, and does a very diverse range of transactional business right now, including some work with the hockey, the Monsters hockey team.
Oh, the Monsters, yeah, the Fresno Monsters. And there's Harry PASCUZZI. Tell us something about him, if you would.
Harry does primarily real estate law. He opened his own firm very shortly out of law school and now has, I believe, 8 or 9 attorneys working with him.
Oh, great. Another phone call here. Let's take that real quick. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you?
Yes, good morning, John. What's your guest's first name?
My name is Janice Pearson.
Janice. Okay, I'm sorry, I kind of came in a little late on the program. Janice, can you tell me this question? When did when did Fresno start needing lawyers?
When did
would you say there was a year that, or even California or the United States started feeling either lawyers were needed, like doctors? And was there a time? Would you say?
I don't think it's possible to answer that question.
Okay.
I mean, as long as you have business and crimes taking place and transactions that need to be processed, you need lawyers. As soon as you start having active business, you need lawyers.
As soon as a community or a town is formed, you need a lawyer.
Well, just as an example, we complain so much about having too many lawyers, and I have several things to say about that. But the per capita personal income of countries with more lawyers is significantly higher. If you want to go to a country that has few lawyers, go to a third world country where the living standard is very low. And also the comments about there being too many lawyers, it's really a fallacy. The lawyers
Do we have too many? Is that true or
well,
false?
it depends on what you look at. It's a
Do you
fallacy
judge it
in
per
a sense.
capita or what?
Well, think about the fact that probably 75 or 80% of the general population cannot afford to hire a lawyer. They have legal problems they need help with, but they can't afford to hire the lawyer.
So what do?
They sometimes resort to violence. I mean, they have to work out an issue some other way. And the real issue there is that legal education is so expensive.
So your argument is, no, we don't have too many lawyers.
There are millions of people that need legal services and can't afford it because the lawyers can't afford to charge an affordable fee because they have huge student loans to pay off.
All right, here's another thing that I have heard that you have heard too, long before I did, but there are so many bad attorneys out there.
Well,
is that true or false?
There are bad attorneys just like there are bad
talk show
hosts and landscape architects and anything else. Often people think someone is a bad attorney because they didn't get the result that they wanted. It's not that the attorney did a bad job, but the person is just dissatisfied with their particular result.
Okay, do we have any more photos? Yeah, we do. Hey, David Mugridge, I know him too, and he's a defense attorney, right?
David Mugridge is a very successful criminal defense attorney. His son just graduated from San Joaquin College of Law as well, so they've kept it in the family.
That's not how I remember David Mugridge, but I guess he's grown a beard since
well,
I
David's had different looks. So.
It's the ever-changing David Mugridge. There is Judge Oliver Wanger, retired federal judge, one of the co-founders of San Joaquin College of Law.
Correct. He, along with John Loomis and Judge Dan Iman, were the founders, and he served then on the federal bench for an extended period of time.
There's John Loomis right there.
John Loomis is another one of the founders. John is now retired, but has served continuously on the board of trustees of the law school since it was founded.
Right. Financially, how is the school doing?
School's doing great.
So how do you guys survive? Do you guys get money from grants, donations? How does that work?
All of the above. There is tuition income. There are donations. There are grants. We currently have a donation from Granville Homes and a grant from the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service that supports our New American Legal Clinic.
So if I win the lottery and I want to donate $10 million.
We would name the school after you.
No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't want that.
Well, we would name the school after whatever name of your choice.
How about San Joaquin College of Law?
That
sounds
would be
great
fine.
to me.
That would be fine too. So, yes, it's always a delicate balance. We want to keep legal education affordable, but we do have to continue to deliver a quality product. So that's my job, is to keep that balance.
Right. Well, you've done it well for since 1969. That's a long time.
I haven't been there since 1969.
No, but you've been there 30 years. You've done a great job.
I've been there 30 years, yes.
Yeah. Well, continue doing a good job, and you're welcome back here anytime.
Okay.
Sadly, we're out of time. You know how quick this goes.
Yes, I know.
You've done many of these.
No.
Jan Pearson, it's always good to see you, and I hope you enjoyed yourself here.
I did. It's fun.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Hey, we're back tomorrow with another edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. If you're watching Connect with Me, you must be watching Me TV Fresno. Back tomorrow. Have a good one.
Look at that. Isn't that a great layout?
You son of a gun.
This campaign is no good.
No good!
Darren and Larry, the original Mad Men on Bewitched.